In this video, we are going to deal with selection of terms of an array. So when we talk about selection of terms, there are few questions in which there is a trick. If we select the terms based on this information, we are able to do the questions more easily. Okay. Now, first what you can see on the screen, number of terms and then terms. Now, if there are somewhere you need three consecutive terms of an array, we should be selecting a minus d, a and a plus d. If we need four terms, we need a minus 3d, a minus d, a plus d and a plus 3d. If we need five terms, you can select a minus 2d, a minus d, a plus d and a plus 2d. If we want six terms, you can select a minus 5d, a minus 3d, a minus d, a plus d, a minus 3d and a plus 5d. Okay. Now what you can see over here, when the number of terms were odd, 3 and 5, we had a as the middle term. And when the number of terms were even, 4 and 6, we have a minus d, a plus d as the middle terms. So this is easier way to remember that. Okay. Now let's do some questions based on these kind of terms. Okay. So the first question says, the sum of three numbers in AP is minus 3 and the product is 8. Find the numbers. See what they are saying. Sum of three numbers. They haven't said whether it is first three numbers or which three numbers, but they just told sum of three numbers. So instead of taking any random an, what we will be doing, we will be writing let the three terms be a minus d, a and a plus d. Okay. Now, what next have they given us in the question? The sum is minus 3. So that means we are going to add these three terms that we have just taken, a minus d plus a plus d. This is given to us as negative 3. So now d and d gets cancelled, and on the left we have 3a equals negative 3. That means the value of a becomes negative 3 over 3, that is negative 1. Okay. Now, the next thing they have told, the product is 8. Product of what? Product of the three terms we had selected, right? So now we are going to operate on the product. So we will be writing a minus b times with a plus d, and this is given to us as 8. Now we had already the value of a as negative 1, which we are going to substitute over here. And this gives me 8. Now, I will be taking out negative as a common factor from this one. That leaves me with negative 1 plus d. And we already have a negative over here. Equals 8. So now, these two negatives will multiply with each other and they will just disappear. So I am left with 1 plus d into minus 1 plus d equals 8. Now over here in this step, I am going to apply the third algebraic identity, that is a square minus b square. So I will have minus 1 square plus d square equals 8. Okay. So that leaves us with minus 1 plus d square equals 8. That becomes d square equals to 8 plus 1, which is 9. Now, what we need to do next is square root of 9, and that leaves us with two values for d, that is plus minus 3. Hence, it is positive 3 and negative 3. Now, going back to the question, it asked for the numbers. Find the numbers. Now, over here, we have got two cases because we have got two different values of d. So, I am writing a is negative 1, a as negative 1 over here. D as positive 3 and D as negative 3. So we need to find the numbers. The numbers according to what we had taken initially were A minus D, A plus D. Now, in this scenario, it becomes minus 1 minus 3, that is negative 4. A is negative 1 and this becomes negative 1, negative 1 plus 3, that is 2. Therefore, my AP according to this case is negative 4, negative 1 and 2. Now, working on the right side, we have negative 1 minus minus 3. So this comes out to be negative 1 plus 3, that is 2. A is negative 1. The third, negative 1 plus minus 3, and that becomes negative 4. Therefore, the three terms over here comes out to be 2, negative 1 and negative 4. Now, if you see over here, the two set of terms that we have got, they are just in the reverse order of each other, but we need to end the answer writing both the options. So therefore, the set of numbers could be minus 4, minus 1, 2, or you need to write or over here 2, minus 1, minus 4. So in this question, we saw that how we took three terms as A minus D, A, and A plus D. Now, let's do another question to understand it better. We have got find four numbers in AP whose sum is 20 and the sum of whose squares is 120. Now over here they're talking about four numbers. Okay, so let's revisit what were the four terms. Four terms were A minus 3D, A minus D, A plus D, and A plus 3D. Okay, so we will start with the working on this number. They are saying sum is 20. So we have A minus 3D, A minus D, A plus D, and A plus 3D, right? Now, according to the question, we need to add. So we get A minus 3D plus A minus D plus A plus D and plus A plus 3D equals 20. 3D got cancelled, D got cancelled. We are just left with 4A equals 20. And that gives us the value of A as 5. Now, the sum of whose squares is 120. Whose square means we have to do square of each and every number, add them and equate with 120. So let's start doing this. It means we have to do A minus 3D whole square plus A minus D whole square plus A plus D square plus A plus 3D whole square, and this is given to us as 120. Okay. Now, we had got the value of A as 5. So, before we expand for the squares, we should be substituting it. That leaves us with 5 minus 3D whole square plus 5 minus D whole square plus 5 plus D square, and the last 5 plus 3D whole square equals 120. Now, we need to expand all these brackets over here with the help of identities A minus B whole square and A plus B whole square. I know it is little long, but this question has to be dealt only in this manner. So let's start with that. And it gives us with 25 plus 9D square minus 30D plus 25 plus D square minus 10D. I am adding underneath over here. We have 25 plus D square plus 10D plus 25 plus 9d square plus 30d. And this is 120. Now, we can see that 30d and 30d are getting cancelled. 10d and 10d are getting cancelled. Now, we'll simplify this expression first. So, we have 25, 25, 25 and 25. That comes out to be 100. And after that, we have 9d square plus d square, 10, 11 and 20. So, we get 20d square equals to 120. Right? Now simplifying gives us 20d square equals 120 minus 100. That means we have got 20d square equals 20. So therefore, d square comes out to be 1, and that means d is plus minus 1 over here, because we had to do square root of 1, that is plus minus 1. Now, going back to the question, it asked for find the 4 numbers. So now we have to find the 4 numbers. We have got our A, we have got our D. We need to substitute the values, and over here also it is going to be 2 cases when your D is positive and your D is negative. So let's do that. We have got A as 5, D as 1. The other side, A as 5 and D as negative 1. A minus 3D, A minus D, A plus 3D, and A plus D. So let's start by substituting the values now. We get 5 minus 3, this is 2. 5 minus 1, that is 4. 5 plus 3, 8. And 5 plus 1, that is 6. Okay. One thing over here, A plus 3D was supposed to be over here and A plus D over there. So that means the term on this side are 2, 4, 6 and 8. Okay. Now it is 5 minus 3 times minus 1. That makes 5 plus 3 equals 8. Next, 5 minus minus 1, it comes out to be 6. Now I'm doing A plus B first. So we have 5 minus 1, that is 4, and 5 minus 3, that is 2. So the now terms comes out over here as 8, 6, 4 and 2. Now again we can see the terms are nothing but in the reverse order of each other. At the end, we have to conclude the answer with both the options. So therefore, the numbers are 2, 4, 6, 8 or 8, 6, 4 and okay. This is how this question ends. So in this video, we have learned how do we select the given number of terms. If it is 3 terms, if it is 4 terms, how do we select according to the pattern, and how do we solve the respective questions. Happy learning.